Hi everybody, I'm Jeffrey Allen, and I'm talking about the end of the world. Now this is a pretty serious subject that we're all getting serious about, and I want to talk seriously too, but from a little bit different perspective. Not a scary end of the world doom and gloom perspective, but a more positive spin on the end of the world. So I first heard about 2012, the December 21st, 2012 story about the end of the world, when I was reading a book in the mid-90s. This is from Lee Carroll, who channels Cryon, and it was really exciting, called The End Times. Got me all excited about what was happening in Ascension and talking to spirits and psychic stuff and all of this whole spiritual realm that I then got very into. And it wasn't very clear to me over the years what really was going to happen. Were we all going to ascend 2012? Was the world going to have some sort of apocalyptic events like earthquakes and tsunamis and things that we've actually, seen very recently? Or was it simply going to be the end of time, right? So the Mayan calendar, which spurs a lot of this discussion, is a cyclical calendar. It talks about cycles within cycles within cycles, and their biggest, largest cycle ends on December 21st, 2012. So according to the Mayan timekeepers, this would be the end of time, right? Now, this is actually an interesting thought to me because I don't think we're going to have these apocalypse things happen that everybody's predicting. I don't think the sun is going to go dark for 3 days like people are predicting. But what I do see happening is that people are changing. This is more of a spiritual event that's happening, an energetic event, not so much a physical event in the physical world. It's still really helpful to look at what is coming up in ourselves around this date. So when I first thought about the end of the world happening and maybe I was going to die and everything was going to happen, first it was really scary. Also, I got into a space of thinking, well, if the end of the world is happening, then maybe I don't have to prepare so much for the future. Maybe I don't need to really save money for retirement, right? Maybe I should just spend money and have a good time. Maybe I don't need to think so much about my career and building that and having it go forward. Maybe I should look inward and find out what do I really want to do and just go do that, even if it's not going to make as much money or it doesn't have as much prestige. Or for me, maybe people will think I'm a little nuts if I go and teach psychic training and do psychic readings and healings. But that's what I did. I acted on the impulse of now is the time to really go do what I want to do. Okay? And as we're getting closer to this date, it's really exciting to watch because there's this anticipation building up of what's really going to happen. Now, the healthiest way that I've been able to think about this is imagine that it was true. Not that we'll have an apocalypse, but imagine that it was the end of time. What would this mean? If on December 21st, 2012, everything stopped, meaning my body stopped changing. So if I look the way that I look on that day forever, am I going to be happy with that? Okay, say my relationships stop evolving. The people that I love, the people that I care about and communicate with every day, I'm not able to mature those relationships and change them anymore. They just stay at the state they're at forever. How about my work? My work just stays right where it is forever. I don't get any richer, I don't get any poorer, I don't get any thinner, I don't get any fatter. Everything just sort of stops. Now, this is kind of interesting. If I think about it this way, then I think, wow, then I've only got a little time left to make any changes that I want to change. If there are things in my life that I'm not happy with, this is a great time to address those. So for me this year, I've been going to the gym and working out and getting in better shape because I want to feel really healthy and strong and very vibrant and full of energy when this date comes. Because if I stopped right there, I'd feel pretty good. I've also been working on my relationship. So is my relationship fun? Am I enjoying it? Do I have friends? Is my life in balance? Are all these things happening? Because if it just sort of stopped on December 21st, I would want that kind of fun in my relationships. I want balance in my life. I've also been working on my workspace. So instead of having a stressful workspace that says I have to do all these things and I have all these inspirations, and if I don't fulfill them, I'm losing or I'm failing in some way, Instead, I'm looking at it as, these are great ideas. I want to do my best to achieve them, and I want to enjoy myself along the way. I want to keep healthy and a balanced attitude. I don't want to be stressed out about work because it's not going to help me. And if time stopped and I was in that stressed out state forever, that would feel pretty bad to me. Okay, so this is one way I'm thinking about it, and this is kind of fun for me. It's motivating me to make positive changes, okay? Now, let's think of it a different way. Imagine that life is kind of like going to the amusement park, okay? So when you're a kid, you go to the amusement park, it's super exciting. You ride all these fantastic rides, you're on the roller coaster and the thing that falls from the sky, and you're scaring yourself half to death, having a great time, right? Now, I love this. I love amusement parks. Now, the end of the day is coming. We know the park closes at 6 p.m. Okay, we're coming up toward 5 p.m. Maybe we're getting a little frantic, making sure we get all the rides in, right? Now, some people, like when you're a kid, when I was a kid, maybe what I would do is I would just start crying. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. I only have an hour left. I don't want to stop. I want to stay on the rides. I want to ride forever and be at the amusement park the rest of my life. And that's not going to happen. So I just start crying. It's terrible. Okay, this is one way to respond. This is a very childish way, I might point out, to respond to the end of something that's happening. Now, I might also get really excited about that it's going to end, and I might run around and tell everybody in the park closes at 6 p.m. Take all their focus and attention away from the rides they're riding, the fun they're having, and get them really focused on the fact that it's going to end pretty soon. Now, this doesn't seem very nice, right? Those people are enjoying themselves. Why not let them just enjoy the ride up until the end? Everybody knows the park is going to close. This isn't a big secret, but we're focused on enjoying ourselves, not focused on this event at the end, okay? So that's another way to think about it, right? Is how can I act like an adult rather than a child when faced with scary information, okay? Can I look inside and say, yeah, everything might end. The world might end. I might die. Everybody might die. And that's not actually happening in my experience in this moment. What's happening in this moment is that things are pretty good. I'm alive. Everybody else is alive. I'm having a good time, hopefully. And can I focus on that? What's in front of me right now rather than what am I afraid is coming down the road? I'm actually kind of excited for waking up on December 23rd. I'm excited to see the sunrise that day and to just appreciate, wow, if everything ended, there's things that I would miss, right? There's things like beauty and sunrise and friendship and love and amusement park rides and even some of the drama and sadness and hard things. I would really miss that because I love being here. I love being on Earth. It's super fun for me. It's engaging and exciting, and I like it. So I really appreciate those things. I would really miss those if they all ended. So that's nice for me to see that. It's nice for me to appreciate the things that I like in my life, that I like about the world, that I would miss if it ended. I don't know when it's all going to end. I don't know when it's going to stop for me or for anybody else, but right now it's not happening. I'm excited. I'm enjoying it. If I focus on now and I create balance and peace around me in my relationships and job and in my body and so on, then this is pretty good. This is a great place to be. So that's my serious message about the end of the world, is that it may be coming. And if it is coming, a good way to prepare for it is to get everything in order. Make sure you're happy. Make sure you have good relationships with other people. Do the things you love to do. Don't wait. Don't worry about, is it going to be enough tomorrow? Is it going to end tomorrow? Spend your attention and energy a little bit more on what's happening right now. Are you enjoying yourself? So that's my serious message. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a really nice end of the world. And I will see you on the other side, December 23rd, 2012. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.